What's up, queens? Welcome to my channel. I am Quinta. I am back for another video. Today's video is going to be more geared toward my natural everyday look. The other videos that I have, I think the first one that I did was a smoky eye. So today I'm going to do a very basic routine. I just actually cleanse my face. I use this to cleanse with. This is my everyday cleansing mask. It is made by Neutrogena. It's the clear pore cleanser mask. You can use it as a daily cleanser or as a mask like once or twice a week. I have very dry skin, but this was one of the things that was prescribed to me by my dermatologist whenever I had my really bad breakouts 2 years ago. This was a part of the skincare routine that I had to do every day and every night. And I just held on to that cleanser. Even though I have really dry skin, that is actually a pretty if you use it as a mask, it is more drying. If you use it as a daily cleanser, it's fine. Just don't leave it on for long. Just put it on, massage it into your skin for maybe like 2 to 3 minutes, and then go ahead and rinse it off if you have dry skin. If you want to use it for a mask 1 to 2 times a week, which I do as well, but I know how to moisturize my skin because I've been dealing with dry skin for a while. If you're going to use it as a mask, just be careful and make sure that you moisturize and you know what type of skin you have. Next, I'm going to use the Mario Badescu spray, which you guys know I use all the time. Wait, there we go. It's the facial water. Just a couple spritz will do, ladies. But I'm so extra, you know, I got to do like 10,000 different spritz. My little, this is actually a headband that's made specifically for like putting on makeup or just like moving your hair out of the way. This is like, it's like that made out of that material that is like resistant to makeup and stuff getting on it, and it's easy to clean. So got that on, and you just, everybody does this differently. In my previous videos, I really did not include any like skincare. I talked a little bit about my acne beforehand, but I didn't really talk about my skincare routine before I put on makeup. That is the most important thing about makeup application, is your skincare. So please forgive me for not including that before, you guys, but I always cleanse my face before I put on makeup, and I always moisturize with 1 or 2 different moisturizers before I put on makeup. My moisturizer that I'm using right now, and that I have been for a while, please don't just ignore the dirtiness that's on it. It's the Cetaphil moisturizer. It's one of the better moisturizers on the market because it doesn't have perfumes and dyes and things in it. The Cetaphil brand is a very natural brand as well. So if you guys are looking for something that's more natural and that's less harsh on the skin, I would use the Cetaphil products. I use the Daily Facial Moisturizer, which is SPF 15. There's one for the face and the body. I have the one for the face. And then after I do that, I usually spray my Mario Badescu spray on after that, and I usually go because I don't usually wear a whole lot of makeup every day. But this is like my normal, what I look like every day when I'm not wearing makeup, which is often. Like I'm sure y'all have heard 10,000 times before, you usually want to do like some type of primer. The Mario Badescu spray can double as a primer and a moisturizer for people who have like normal skin. I have dry skin, so I try to use something that's more moisturizing. You guys can play with this stuff as often as you would like to, meaning if you have dry skin like me, and you don't have a whole bunch of moisturizers to use on your skin before you put your makeup on, just use, for your makeup to look great, just use a I would use a liquid foundation first of all, because if you use a powder foundation, you're going to look cakey and dry if you don't moisturize properly. And then I would use a foundation that's more of like a what they call a luminous or a dewy foundation, because that really helps us girls with dry skin. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started with my brows. Forgive me if I'm looking in the camera too much. I mean, looking down too much. First thing I like to do is brush my brows up. So I hope you guys' first year, new year is going well. Mine is going well. It's been super busy because I have started back school now. So I've been super busy. In fact, today is a Saturday and I had class this morning. So it's been super busy for you, girl, around here. But I just wanted to make sure that I got a video up for you guys, because I know a lot of people that are watching my videos are people that don't really do makeup a whole lot, but they want to, when they go out, they want to be cute. And so I was like, well, I need to do something for people like everyday makeup. So I'm probably going to name this video like Everyday Slay or something like that. We'll see. Something cute. You guys, I usually get my brows threaded. One of my homegirls introduced me to threading like 3 or 4 years ago, and I have not been the same, because honey, I got to get my brows threaded. But I haven't had my brows threaded. It's been like it's going on like almost 2 months. It's been like 6 or 7 weeks since I had my brows threaded last, and they don't look horrible either. But my brows usually grow back pretty fast, but my hair on my face is super thin, so you usually can't really tell anyway. But anytime you outline your brows, you guys, that first little outline, if you outline it, it looks really, really great. You know them brows getting ready to be thumping. You feel me? You know they're gonna be thumping. I like to try to draw my brows on as good as possible so that I won't have a lot of work to do with the concealer. I use the Maybelline New York concealer, still the same thing, Instant Age Rewind concealer. It looks like this. This is in the shade Caramel. I've used Golden. I love the Golden one too. But I found Caramel like a couple months ago and I was like, oh my gosh, this is actually my perfect shade. Golden is too yellow for me. I mean, maybe under the lights. I actually do have yellow undertones. You guys maybe can't see it. Maybe you can, I don't know. But yeah, I have yellow undertones. But that Golden is just super yellow on me. Matter of fact, I'm going to do something different today. And I'm going to use both of them, just so y'all can see the difference. And then I'm using this brush from Faye. I don't even know what company this is, but I got this brush, I think, in like a gift bag or something. So I don't even know where I got it from. But whenever you are putting on your concealer, I like to put it on my brush both sides. Because when you do it on both sides, it really like you can really get in there. You know what I mean? Putting the concealer on both sides. And so all you want to do is just carve out your brows. And what that means is taking the brush to the base of your brow and following the natural like hairline of your eyebrow. Now, the way that this looks over here, I could probably rock this by itself, like, and be fine. Y'all, back in the day, here's like a funny little fact about me. Back in the day, I used to wear my brows super thin. Like, in the 2000s, the early 2000s, that was like the thing to do. I don't know if y'all remember that, but super thin brows was in back in the day when I was in middle school, okay? And I think I might have done it in high school too, but definitely in middle school was like the thing to do. And I laugh at myself so much now whenever I think about that. I'm gonna use the other brush for the gold one. I just want to see, I want y'all to see what the difference is between. And this one's new, so I hadn't even opened this child. Let's see. Here though. Ha ha ha! Yes. So this is what the golden one looks like. I don't even know if you're gonna be able to see it really. The only thing I don't like about this this tube and this applicator is that this product goes really, really fast. The more you turn that thing up and turn it around, child, it just goes so fast. So if you buy that, just be aware that it's not gonna last you that long. Girl, you see that? It's okay. I'm blend it out. That is the key though to everything in makeup, to be honest. Like anytime you use the wrong color or you use too much of something, blending will like save you, sis. It will save you every time. Most, like back in the day I used to get super like, but do you see the difference? I'm gonna use this e.l.f. foundation brush which has had it, sis. It's had it, girl. But this is my favorite foundation brush, so that's the difference in the two. I see a lot of makeup artists now though, like using more of a yellow undertone regardless of what complexion their client is or they are, whoever they're using it on. And I just think that is just amazing. But do you see how like it blended out? Anytime you blend, what they call blending for your life, it'll save you most of the time. But as soon as I put that on, y'all saw how crazy that was looking. Now that compared to this, I haven't blended anything out on this side. But, and I usually would not use this big of a brush, FYI. I would try to use something smaller. But the brush that I usually use, which is my concealer brush, which is like this, it's fluffy, but it's dirty right now. Because I've been in school 5 days a week. Ain't nobody got time to be cleaning no makeup brushes, you feel me? So if I use it a lot, then it's not gonna be clean. But my other brushes, they're clean because I have not put on makeup in a while, so they clean. But you see the difference. I mean, it's not that big of a difference. I picked up the golden first a long time ago, and because I really thought, okay, this is really gonna work for my skin. I think I got it from Target. I thought, oh yeah, this is gonna work for my skin, but it was just way too yellow. I used it for a long time. As y'all see, the tube is running out. I used it for a while. Gotta get a water break. But you guys, I'm on this new like thing now where I'm just gonna leave it just like that. Even though the colors are totally different, it doesn't matter. But as you guys can see, like this is the finished brow. I'm gonna go over the eye with with the one. So going over the eye with some concealer though, just really like, going over the eye with some concealer just really like smooths out your eye. And it like, I'm using the same color that I use on each, to carve out each brow on the lid. But people ask like, why do you put concealer on your eyelid? But this is usually, this provides like a really nice base for whatever makeup you're gonna apply. That's how it blended out. That's one thing I love about this concealer, is it blends out so nicely, especially when you use the right amount. of concealer on your eye, girl, it'll blend out so nice. I love it. I'm using this foundation blurring brush, which I never really use for concealer and stuff like that, but I'm using it today, sis. Girl, it is so cold outside, y'all. It don't make no sense. It's 38 degrees outside. And we're supposed to have like some type of winter weather this weekend or something. Girl, I'm through. So brows on. You guys, you really could stop here. Like if you didn't have dark circles under your eyes like me from just not sleeping, you can stop right here. As long as you blend out your concealer, you'll be fine. But I'm gonna go ahead and do a full face real quick. Where am I? Foundations. So I got the Black Opal foundations right here. I really like using the Black Opal foundations on my clients. I used some of myself not too long ago. This is Nutmeg. And this is what Nutmeg looks like. It's really nice. I'm gonna try it and see. Well, I'll put my lashes on last. I personally like Nutmeg, but let me mix it with something else. There's another color that I really like. Rich Caramel. This is Amber. And Truly Topaz. Truly Topaz is the color that I usually use on my skin. So one reason I like to use foundations that cream stick foundations, because they move so well on your face. They blend so nicely. And then now I'm gonna use this Nutmeg color on top of that. So that Truly Topaz is very yellow. And so I like tone it down with this, what's this? Nutmeg, a Black Opal. And them foundations are only $10, girls. $10 for a cream stick foundation. And one thing I like about the Black Opal cream stick foundations too is that they, you're gonna see how well they blend out. But they last so long. Because sometimes when you get liquid foundations from a little tube, and also you guys pay attention to like whenever somebody's telling you, oh, something lasts long or something doesn't last as long, pay attention to how much they use that product. Like I use makeup on myself quite a bit, more than the average person. I wouldn't say quite a bit, but look guys, that's why this little headpiece is coming in handy right now. I wouldn't say that I use makeup that much, but I use makeup more than the average person. So I would say definitely get you a headband. A headband. Definitely get, you know, something that's gonna last you long, and pay attention to like when someone else is telling you that something lasts for this long or that long. If they're using foundation every day, nothing's really gonna last them that long. But you know, if you use it about twice a week, then that should be sufficient. Like I probably use makeup maybe 3 times a week. Maybe. Sometimes I don't even get that lucky to put it on 3 times a week because I be in class and I don't really wear a whole lot of makeup at school. In fact, I don't wear makeup to class at all, period. So people in the regular, like out and about, they see me looking like I be looking. But do you see how nicely that blended out? And this is the e.l.f. Foundation blurring brush. It just blends out so nicely. I love it. And I'm checking my foundation application over here. The colors of these brows is like 2 totally different colors, but they both look good on my skin, which is so interesting to me. Like they both have 2 totally different undertones, but they both look decent on me. This one right here, when I first put it on, I know y'all was like, dang, that's so yellow. And it is yellow, but my skin has yellow undertones too, so I can take the yellow. But this blended out really nicely. Something I want to start doing too is, this is the golden one, I don't want to use that one. But maybe I should, just so you guys can see the difference in the 2. I mean, it's my channel, I can do what I want, right? So I'll do that. The golden one that I put on this eye, I'm gonna put this under my eye just so y'all can see like the difference in the highlight. So I go all the way around, especially on my clients, on my upper lip, on top of my lip. I think it's super cool that you can do this with makeup. Like, how cool is it that you can have two different shades and just see how both of them blend out? And one key is keep it wet, ladies. And what I mean by that is anytime you're putting on concealer, make sure you keep it wet, like especially under the eyes. Like I have wrinkly eyes. They're real wrinkly. And so I try to like really make sure I keep it wet, and I usually will do my under eyes last because they start to crease faster. And you know what I've been liking lately, y'all, is the blend it out done. I usually don't like to do the bridge of the nose, but I'm gonna do it today just because I just want to. And the colors that I put up here and on my chin are the is the caramel one, the one that's on this side. I just wanted to see what this would look like blended out, or y'all to see what it looks like blended out, because I already know what it looks like blended out. I used to do it all the time. And I'm literally only looking at my phone. I'm still filming with my phone. Gotta do what you gotta do, sis, okay? And this did something I didn't want it to do. It went out too far because I have a naturally very large 5 head. I like to keep the concealer like literally like right here, but that's not really realistic because my forehead is humongous. You know what I mean? It is what it is, sis. Be proud of your big old forehead. But I blend out the, okay, that's blended out to my liking. I like to blend out my under eyes last. And something I've been doing lately that I was saying is I've been doing a no powder look, which looks good on my skin because I have dry skin. If you have naturally oily skin, maybe even combination skin, and I'm gonna talk to you guys as if you don't really know what combo skin is. Combo is like dry and oily in certain spots. And then if you have if you have oily skin, I wouldn't do a no powder look, but that's just me. I personally wouldn't do a no powder look if you have oily skin, because your makeup gonna be sliding all over the place and you're gonna be pissed that you didn't put powder on, because it would, like, now you defeated the purpose of even having makeup. So what I like to do is when I'm blending out, I flip my I flip my beauty blender over, and then I start to blend around where the line is, so that there's like no harsh lines between my makeup, my concealer and my concealer and the rest of my face. So this is how this side looks and came out, and then I'm gonna show y'all how this side looks blended out. The bottom of the beauty blender like really like blends and helps like get everything together. But you guys, it looks good though. Both sides look really good. I told y'all that's why I couldn't make a decision about my concealer color, because I was like, I know I'm golden, I know I'm golden, but this looks really good. Both of them look really good. They look really good. Maybe not like one on one side, one on the other, but they look really good. So I really could choose to use either one in person. It looks really beautiful in person. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but it's good. If there's ever something you don't like, just get your beauty blender or your brush and blend it. There's a difference, ladies, in using your beauty blender and your brush. There's a huge difference. like huge. I feel like a beauty blender blends everything out nicely. I feel like a brush blends everything out nicely. So it's really just your preference. But I do personally think that there are some things that a brush can do that a beauty blender can't, and then vice versa. Next I'm gonna use my powder, which is like on its way to heaven. It's on its way out the door. But it's the Berry Balm HD finishing powder. It's in the shade Barely There. Ooh. It's a yellow. It's like basically a translucent powder, but it looks yellow like this. It's not white at all. It's like, it's a yellowish tint to it. And where is my beauty blender that I use that with? Where'd it go? I see it. Yeah. So I'm just gonna wet this with my Mario Badescu spray. I'm wetting my beauty blender. Not a lot, just enough. Woo! But yeah, guys, I am excited for things to come in 2019. Like, I'm super excited. There is just, God is just amazing. He's already doing stuff. And I could sit on here and complain and complain and complain about everything I don't have right now, because that would be a lot. There's a lot of things I don't have right now, but I'm still choosing to smile. And I like doing videos like this because when on my sad days or when I'm going through something, like, I can be reminded that I can push through, because look, there's things going on in my life right now and I'm sitting on here giving you guys a video and I'm smiling through it. Like, you can't tell me that you can't bounce back from things and God is good. It's just it's all a choice. Like, everything, you know, that happens that you control is all a choice. And I have to put it right here because you know how some people get oily on their T-zone, which is their nose and their forehead? I get oily right above my lip, which is very weird. But that's also the place where when it's time for me to bake, I forget to bake. And also because I have dry skin, ladies, if you have dry skin, do not bake for a long time. If you have dry skin, try not to bake for longer than like 3 to 5 minutes. Some people can bake for 10 minutes and it's great for our girls with the oily skin. They look just beautiful and flawless. Girls like me who have dry skin, girl, bake for a little bit and keep it moving. So while I am baking, I'm gonna use, this is my favorite. This is when I want like more of a toned down look, which that's what today's about. You can see it's hit and pan, but it's made by e.l.f. The top is off. Don't mind it, girls. It's made by e.l.f. It's called Bronzed Peach, because on the other side is a peach bronzer. Now, what I like about these is it's more like creamy. So I'm using this brush from Bella Pro Tools. I like that they are soft and more like creamy, so they just melt into your skin as opposed to being a powder and sitting on top of your skin. Even though I love a good powder, you know, don't get me wrong, I love a good powder, contour powder, but when you got something like this, they can just melt. Come on, girl. Oh, my wig acting up. But yeah, when it can just melt into your skin. And this video was, like I said, an everyday look. So, you know, I'm not gonna do the harsh, am I? I was about to say, I'm not gonna do the harsh contour, or am I? Ooh, who knows? But when I use when I want to bronze, I'll use a brush that's like angled but bigger like this. When I want to contour, I use a brush that's angled but it's skinnier. See the difference? I don't really know why I do that. I just do that. There might be like a real good reason why, like, you should do that, because it looks better. Like, I can tell the difference between when I'm contouring with a powder and with the smaller brush and when I'm just bronzing with this brush. But do you see, like, it's giving me like a tan look? That's what a bronzer is supposed to do. Now, I think I've been baking for maybe like 2 minutes. I'm gonna wipe my powder off. Usually when you wipe your powder off, y'all, you should probably use a fluffy brush, but I'm gonna use this brush to wipe my powder off. And you just wanna tap it lightly. You don't wanna like scrub your face at all. But I'm like barely touching my face right now. And I'm just gonna rub this off of here. And you just brush it off. Brush it off like so. Brush it off like so. I love it. I love her powder. Did I tell you guys it was from Berry Balm Cosmetics? That Barely There HD finishing powder. I love it. I gotta get me some more of that stuff. Barry, if you're listening, I need some more HD powder, boo. And sometimes whenever you powder, you need to go back. So this is more of like a natural light right here. Sometimes you need to go back over it. Uh-oh. Sometimes you need to go back over your contour after you brush the powder off, because like sometimes it just doesn't stick and stay. Now I'm gonna use a powder from Black Radiance. I think, yes, Black Radiance. Ooh, this is the color Beautiful Bronze. The only reason I'm using this powder, it's a beautiful like bronzing color. You gonna barely be able to tell I have it on, but the only reason I'm using this powder is to like set the contour bronze that I used before. And then, as you can see, like I like to pat with my brush, because when I use a cream or a liquid foundation, I don't like to scrub my makeup because it just moves my makeup around. So I like to pat. And then what I'm gonna do to remove any harsh lines, doesn't look like there are any, but just in case, is take the butt of my beauty blender and like brush it, pounce it around the areas of my face. Here you go. It is really hard to record a video with like, I'm gonna use this peach one. It's really hard to